Hi everybody, PJ here, watch the curb. I'm at Integrated Dorsets. This is in Mansfield. Now apparently they make all sorts of, believe it or not, door sets. So I'm assuming it's not just the doors, but it's the frames as well. Let's go and have a look, shall we? 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Home point updated.
Right, let's have a look at this place. Can't go very high because it is extremely windy. You can see right down the yard there, look. Just go up a little bit higher. As you can see, a very busy yard. Very busy. Don't know what those silos are. It's like they've got loads of solar panels on the roof. Definitely loads, mind you. And you must get through a lot of energy at this place.
Where is it?
Where is it? It's just there.
Oh. I fancy it.
Alright, mate. So look at all this stuff. Loads and loads of it. I'll just pan down a bit. Right. These are the two doors that we looked in. Right, let's come back up the top here, get a look at it from the other direction. The wind seems to have dropped a little. Alright, let's have a look around the front. Very impressive building from the front, isn't it? Eh? Look at them solar panels. They've gone on both sides of the roof. Very good. I'm really impressed. Right. Right, let's how you doing?
I assume the drone's yours.
It is.
The controller.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, the guys inside have just asked me to come out because apparently you've asked if that's alright to fly, and apparently because I've got a bit of an understanding of them, they've asked me if I can just come out and have a word with you.
Yeah, of course you can. Let me just get drone down, mate.
Yeah,
we'll have a chat. Nearly down.
Is that the 4 or the 3?
It's the 3.
Same as one that I've got then.
You got the same one, have you?
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple, but it's my personal.
Yeah, I've got about 4, I think. Just bought the Air 3S.
Which one, sorry?
The Air 3S.
Oh yeah, that's it's the one we've got for our commercial projects.
Alright.
So we do our own little surveying thing, we utilise it for checking roof and all that things.
Yeah. You've got a nice lot of solar panels on the roof here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's part of the investment for it. We're trying to get it on as much of the roof space as we can on as many factories as we can within budget and things, trying to minimise our energy usage or at least replace what we take.
Yeah, quite right. I mean, you must get through a hell of a lot of energy here.
It's offset quite a lot more
By the solar panels.
The solar, we try to recycle what we can. Anything that can't be recycled in terms of wood gets put into the furnace, which is again is a highly efficient furnace to warm things up. So rather than send it to a landfill, within reason, we do what we can. We've got some very strict guidelines from the government and various organisations to get their accreditations.
Well, timber doesn't normally go in a landfill anyway, does it? It goes to recycling, gets turned into chipwood.
But within reason, there's certain aspects that when if it's treated in a certain way, or
you can't do it.
I mean, you can't even burn it at certain points. But again, it's not my area of specialty, but you know, we've got very strict guidelines across the board for absolutely everything.
Yeah. So what do you do here? You want it managed?
I do all their marketing stuff, so I rely on the experts to tell me all the details, and I translate it into more English, if you like.
Oh, right, okay.
So you go, what? And they go, it's this way. They go, oh right, that makes
You're the
sense.
Simple English man.
Yeah, translate technical into
I don't mean you're simple,
No,
but
no,
you know
no,
what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Just because we'll get the nitty gritty thing out of the way. They've just said there's a guy flying drone, you fly a drone, he go have a word. Fine if I have to. I understand that it's sub 250.
Yeah.
So, and as long as you're on public land, I can't tell you anything. I'm not silly.
No.
However, obviously with it being more commercial mind aspect, the closer you get to this, all I can ask you to do is be respectful of the minimum flight height of 50 metres, because these guys don't know what's going off and they do come out in groups, smoke breaks and things, and as long as you're doing that,
yeah, I can't
have an issue.
I don't have to stick to 50 metres, as long as it's a safe height. That's all that matters.
I would ask 50 metres just because they're not observing it is a bit windy, just as a courtesy.
Well, the higher we go, the windier it gets. That's why I ain't gone that high today.
It's purely, I'm thinking safety for these guys here, because when I'm flying anything, there's an internal comms out, we make everyone aware of it, we try and restrict people from going it within a time frame, much like if you're doing it.
But that's a bigger drone, isn't it? That
even if it's the mini one, it's just courtesy to them, because I know it's a mini one and it's not really going to cause any damage, but it's just...
I did tell them what I was going to do. I did go to reception and let them know, and she just said, yeah, okay. I'm
just trying to be understanding with it.
No.
My priority is ensuring these guys are all happy and safe, because
don't worry.
Not a lot of these guys' first language is English. Good enough understanding, but what your interpretation is and how they understand it, as I've learned, isn't necessarily the same thing.
I know that, mate.
So all I'm thinking is that I know I can't stop you. I'm not interested in stopping you or causing any issues. All I'm trying to is a middle ground of, say, just
No, I only flew down the length, looked at the yard, come down the front, looked at the front. That's all I've done.
No, that's all fine. It's not really that interesting, aside from the solar panels and the big solar field, because obviously when we fly ours up, we get to see the same thing.
What's in the silo?
That's our big furnace.
Oh, that's your furnace, is it?
Or the heater.
Right.
As far as I'm aware, that's where that's situated.
And the big thing that goes along the bottom, is that the furnace as well?
Slightly out of my area of knowledge. I imagine it's all part of the same thing. That's the combustible tower, and where the heat's generated through and pumped back into the factory. Right,
so you produce your own central heating, hot water, etc.
As much as we can, we try to recycle, recirculate.
No, that's brilliant.
Not let things go to waste.
That's brilliant.
We've tout about all these accreditations, as I'm doing online for marketing. They're very strict about it. We get audited what feels like weekly almost from various different organisations. So it's
not just me auditing then?
Well, yeah, like loads of different things. Because we specialise in fire doors. Ironically, burning some of the stuff.
Takes a lot of doing.
We're going for a test tomorrow, funnily enough, and this thing's got to last at least an hour at 800 degrees with flames constantly blasting it on one side.
Right.
So, it's nice to think that we can make something that survives that, and it's wood of all things.
Yeah. But, mind you, if you're in the building, that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, it's containment or prevention. Obviously, we don't want any fires, but the whole Grenfell.
Do you do the frames and everything then?
It's whatever the customer wants within it. So Doorset basically just means the whole thing. Because
obviously a door that's fire resistant is no good if the door frame's not.
Same thing. Yeah, we'll do the intumescent and the packing around it, but the wall itself, that's where it goes out of our specialty. It's just the frame and the door and.
Well, plasterboard takes a lot of burning too, anyway.
I should hope so. I should hope they did pack it with intumescent between the wall as well. But that's a whole different sector. That's not your game. There's a bit of an overlap, I guess, in the products that you could use, but it's more specialty things. So we specialise just in the doors.
What's your name, by the way?
Jack.
I'm Pete. How you doing, Nick? Pleasure. My grandson's called Jack.
Oh, well, popular name. It used to be back back when I was a lad.
Is a pain in the arse. Are you a pain in the arse and all? I'll ask your missus, shall I?
Yeah, I'd like to think not, but yeah, cheeky is a. If my daughter's anything to go by,
yeah,
she's
no wrong with cheeky,
cheeky,
mate.
But yeah, it's all in good understanding. There's never any harm meant with anything.
No, I'm all done anyway now, mate. So
no, that's fine. Like I say, the only thing was to just have a little word about just that flight height, and I appreciate where you're coming from as well. But it's just trying to.
Yeah, the higher I go on a day like today, obviously, if you fly a drone yourself, you know it's more dangerous because of the wind.
Up into that, I understand, but it's just where it was located for the car park and the guys coming out, because I don't know when they take their breaks for coming out in the groups for the smoking area. That obviously they're not aware of it, and we don't have to necessarily let them know when we're flying the sub 250 up, but it's just courtesy, keeping everybody in.
Well, that's why I went to reception and let them know that I was going to fly the drone. It's just common courtesy.
Do appreciate it, but like I say, some of the people there, with English not being the first language, their interpretation of things, it can. I've crossed many a wires sometimes where you think you've done and they've misunderstood.
Mind you said that Polish guy just come out and says, "I watch your videos."
Fair enough. Yeah, all I'm interested in is, like I say, I know I can't stop you with anything. I've got no intent of doing that, because there's how interesting is it really? But that's your prerogative, not mine. You find it interesting. But it's just to ensure everyone's at least safe from this perspective, and as long as I've got everyone covered this end,
like I say, I've done now, mate. So.
No, well, I hope you found it interesting and there was something there of use.
Well, to be honest, you've got another door manufacturer over there, haven't you?
We do have another site, but that's up on...
It's not yours, it's a different company over there.
Different company, not ours.
Yeah.
We do have another site in Mansfield, but it's the other end. It's up, I forget the business park's name, but where the Toray factory is, it's basically up there. And we've got another one coming online directly next to that as well. So, same thing, we just kind of split.
And you specialise mostly in fire doors?
It's pretty much it. There's security, soundproofing, and all of those things that go with it.
I could do with one of your doors on my kitchen door when grandkids around.
We can go up to, I think it's 46 decibel reduction, which is, it doesn't sound overly too much in the grand scheme of things, but it's enough that it make a notable difference.
Yeah, anything to do when I've got me 8 grandkids around.
Well, you can get it security rated as well, so they could try and kick it in and it wouldn't do anything.
Headphones usually do it, noise cancelling headphones.
Oh yeah, I've got a pair of those at home when I'm working from home. I've got a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. Yeah. So as you can imagine, when they get in from school and nursery.
And it only gets worse, mate.
Well, thanks for the reassurance.
That's quite alright. I mean, I'm telling you, this you'll find out yourself anyway.
I'm starting to. My 5-year-old, I swear she's more like 12, 13, given the attitude on her. Yeah. Very sassy, and I'm like, I don't know if she gets that from me or my wife, but... Well,
my eldest daughter's 30 now. She started at terrible 2s, and she's still going.
It's still never away. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah. So far, we're only 5 years in. Yeah. But I love her all the same.
I love my grandkids to bits, but I can only take so much, the noise and everything.
Yeah, we're human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have certain limits.
Plus as you get older, you can take less noise.
Yeah, it never comes from a bad place.
No.
It doesn't mean, obviously, you don't love them or care for them or anything. It's just, we have so much gas in the tank type of thing. It's like,
everybody's got limits, haven't they? Yeah. Especially when I'm trying to work and do videos and things.
Yeah, you're on that final edit, you've given yourself a deadline and you just want to get that done. I've been there many a time. It's funnily enough what I'm doing at the minute, some photo and video editing. Yeah. So you just missed it. If you'd been an hour early, you would have seen an ice cream truck. Just as a nice thing from one of our suppliers, just as a nice gesture. So giving all the guys in the factory a little ice cream. Could have done with it last week.
Don't hit the TT, mate, it's mine. This is what I used to do, I used to teach people to drive these.
I think it's one of those things that looks deceptively more difficult than it is.
You think? It's not bad going up and down motorway, it's when you get...
when you get to places like this.
Yeah. Going through middle of Birmingham is not a joy.
No, I can imagine them more country road-esque places as well.
Yeah, some of them.
Places kind of like York and that, where the roads were not designed for.
Oh, I was delivering to a place right in middle of Pennines, and sat-nav was saying it were down that road, and I thought, nah, it's never down there. And once I'd reached the point of no return, I could see it. I had to go about 8 miles to a roundabout to turn around to come back to get in. Yeah, and I was a bit annoyed with myself, but
it is what it is. You can't necessarily control a situation that's happening, but you can control how you react to it. So
that's right.
Just chill out and go. I'll have to turn.
Nobody ever believes the sat nav, do they?
Well, I've learned to not trust my sat nav as much as I perhaps did in the past.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The amount of times it's told me to go down a one-way road, just turn around here.
Yeah.
Clearly I can't, because I'm going to get into trouble for this.
Right, anyway, I'm going to let you get back to work, my friend.
No, that's a pleasure. You know, in future, by all means, I'll ask for Jack if you fancy coming back for whatever reason.
I shouldn't mind a look round factory, but I don't suppose they'll let me, will they?
Oh, it'd have to be all approved because it goes above my pay grade.
Right. Can I just ask a question?
You're welcome to.
You've got loads of people walking around at yard.
Yes.
Some have got high-vis on, others haven't. Why haven't they got high-vis on when there's fork trucks and lorries and things running around?
They should, in theory, all have high-vis on, such as this.
Yeah, well, they haven't.
Right, well, that's certainly something that I'll raise when I go back in.
Yeah, if you walk down.
Again, I can't comment on it officially, but
you're not the health and safety man.
I'm not health and safety.
It might be worth having a word with the health and safety man.
I sit close enough to him, so I'll certainly raise it for sure. So appreciate you.
Yeah.
But there is aspects of, and
I'm just thinking about, if there's an accident, somebody gets run over, they've not got a high vis on.
Absolutely. There is, I think, something that they're looking at because of this. I think this is more internal to the factory buddy systems that is less reliant on high vis for that, but because of the new system. But that's not implemented yet. It's early days.
No, they're walking around in black t-shirts and things, which is not.
Well, it's certainly something that should be. Again, maybe it's one of these things to do with like the barrier in language that they've perhaps not taken it as seriously as you said.
You must wear.
Yeah.
Google Translate, mate.
It's not an excuse for them.
No.
But, maybe we need to get somebody that's a bit more au fait with both languages and get them to translate the seriousness of it.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you mentioning it. I'm in the ivory tower in the office. I don't get to see those things.
Is it an ivory tower? The expression then told me no, not really.
Of sorts. It's comfortable enough. It's got air conditioning. It's something, especially in this weather. But it's a little cramped. The problem is we're a growing business and we're growing faster than the allocated space and new spaces is coming online. So good and bad problem. Very successful.
How old's the company?
This company officially 10 years, but it's been renamed, so 20, 30 odd years collectively, and some people have been in the industry 40 plus. So it's an amalgamation of older businesses and then change of name and change of name.
Yeah, I noticed on your website that you said there's so many years experience in management.
There's loads. The main owner, he's pushing close to 50 years in the business, 40, 50 years.
By the time he retired then.
The thing is, he's one of these types that is absolutely passionate about it. He lives, eats and breathes this stuff. He was supposed to be on holiday at a wedding for a family member a few months ago, and he's still there emailing people. And he's just like, you're meant to be like this,
chilling,
chilling and relaxing and celebrating stuff, and he can't switch off.
Yeah. Well,
it explains probably why the business is doing so well.
I'm saying I'm 70 and I'm still working.
Well, there you go. You get an appetite for something, and then that's it.
I couldn't sit on my arse all day and don't know, mate. Anyway, like I say, you have a good day, and I'm going to clear off. All right, Jack. See you later, mate.
Look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. You'll have people saying, I've seen you on YouTube.
15 minutes of fame.
Maybe a bit longer.
No.
All right, up. That they deal in fire doors more than anything. And wasn't Jack a nice fella? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, please share, please subscribe, and guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody. See just